Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing a quick video on the discussion of a girl being released from prison, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Now, I think that's how you pronounce the name. If I mispronounced it, I apologize, but I'm going to read to you a little bit of what happened recently and give me your thoughts and takes. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, to be honest with you, so I really don't know a whole lot about this case. So if you want to inform me a bit more about it, then that would be fantastic. I might even do some videos on this, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who was found guilty of helping kill her abusive mother in murder that inspired an HP. Oh, no kidding. This is the story about... I see. Give me 1 second. I actually have to do a little bit of research right now. Gypsy Rose Hulu series. That's what I thought. Okay, this is the series this is the real story that inspired the Joey King series on Hulu that a lot of people were really digging and telling me to watch. It was called The Act. Now, I actually have heard of the show, and maybe I'll do a reaction to it, because this might actually inspire me to do a reaction to it. A lot of people were telling me, you have to see The Act, you have to see this series, and I have been putting it off. Dee Blanchard was an overprotective of her daughter, an overprotective mother, and this involved the murder of her mother. So this is the series I want to check out, but I did not expect this to be the story. Okay, I did not expect this to be related. Was released from prison Thursday, the authorities in Missouri said. Okay, so she was released from prison. A spokeswoman from the Missouri Department of Corrections said in an email that Mrs. Blanchard was released from Chillicothe Correction Center at 3:30 a.m. on Thursday. Her mother, Dee Blanchard, was killed in June 2015 in Springfield. Is this Ohio? Because these sound like places in Ohio. I could be wrong about that, but there is a Springfield, Ohio, and a Chillicothe, Ohio. Was killed. Miss Blanchard was in her early 20s, used a wheelchair, and appeared to have diminished mental capacity. Investigators soon realized that she could walk and that her medical problems had largely been fictitious. Investigators later came to suspect Mrs. Blanchard's boyfriend, Nicholas Gojon, of stabbing her mother to death. They also found evidence suggesting that the couple had planned the murder together. Miss Blanchard, now 32, pleaded guilty to the second degree. So she was in prison since she was how old? In her early 20s. She was sentenced to a 10-year prison sentence, the minimum for second-degree murder, under a plea agreement that acknowledged the abusive relationship with her mother. 3 years later, Mr. Gojon was convinced of first-degree murder, so she was the one who basically straight up murdered the mother. He was the one found most guilty. Miss Blanchard's trial attorney, Mike, at the News 2016, said Miss Blanchard was a testament of the amount of abuse that uncovered what her mother had been heaping upon her. So the mother was an extremely abusive individual and mentally probably traumatized this kid for a long time, is what it sounds like. Gypsy's mom was abusing her physically, medically, giving her medication she didn't need, having her go through procedures that she didn't need, to the point where most of Gypsy's teeth are not even hers because of the medication that her mom was giving her. My God. Miss Blanchard said that her mother did not deserve to die. I don't think so either. She was a sick woman, and unfortunately, I wasn't educated enough to see that. She said she deserved to be. So in her eyes, her mother was just psycho. She was crazy. But at the time, she didn't understand, that there was probably some legitimate issues her mom was going through that was causing... This is very interesting. I am sitting in prison doing time for criminal behavior. Well, at least she's acknowledging that what she did was completely unjustified and wrong, yeah. The unusual case attracted considerable media attention and was held up to dramatization and documentary programs as an example to Munchausen syndrome, a proxy, a psychological disorder in which parent caregiver exaggerate, induce makeup of an illness in a child to get attention. Dee Blanchard was not known to have formally diagnosed with the disorder before she died. So yeah, who knows what she had. Okay. So this girl is being released from prison. Yeah, I don't necessarily think... This is interesting. Obviously, she had some sort of involvement, though, with the murder, and she's not being sentenced fully. I mean, at this point, though, she would probably have been close to even finishing up her sentence, wouldn't she? Now, obviously, I'm not defending her actions against her mother. Obviously, that was the wrong thing to do. Obviously, the murder was not the way to go about this. But to a kid, I mean, to deal with the stuff, I couldn't even imagine what must have been mentally done to her in this process. Yeah, it sounds like her mom needed serious help. It's sad though and heartbreaking. This is a very touchy subject, obviously. Maybe I need to do more research before just really giving you guys my thoughts, but I do think maybe that Mr. Gojon, though, Mr. Gojon, did he get life in prison? Well, I mean, obviously, the first degree murder initially charged meant life term. Gojon is now serving a life sentence in his role in the killing. Okay, so he is receiving a life sentence, which he is the one who murdered the mom, in which case, yeah, that was completely wrong. I'm not sure what he did to kill the mom, but yeah, no, I don't think, the murder was justified. I don't, there's probably always, no, there is a fact, always a better way to go about this without actually resorting to legitimate murder, which unfortunately is, this is where it went to. I really got to do more research on this, guys. I really can't give you too much. All I can say is that she's being released from prison. Maybe she should have spent the next 3 years in prison. She was involved still. I mean, there was a lot of injustice done to her too. Obviously, I mean, there was a lot that happened that could have been resolved better. Maybe seeking out, help would have been a smart thing to do. But I don't know the full story. So maybe I need to dive more into this. Guys, leave your comments down below. Should I check out this series on Hulu? Should I check out some documentaries? Should I check out some videos, learn more about this case? I'm curious to know what you guys think. Leave a like, subscription if you guys want me to continue this kind of stuff. I am diving more into the true crime topic, so I will do more as long as you guys want me to do it. I'm actually going to look, Gypsy Rose released early. She was released. While in prison, she gave interviews dealing with her mother. In a recent interview, people said, "Nobody will ever hear me say I'm glad she's dead and I'm proud of what I did. I regret it every single day." And I'm sure you do. I'm sure if she had something to do with, talking about killing her mom, I'm sure she does regret it every day. I wanted to be free from her. I talked him into it. So she's the one who talked him into killing the mom. Things are not always as they appear, Sheriff Jim said in a described case. This is a tragic event surrounded by mystery and public deception. Wow. There's a lot to this case then, isn't there? At this point, I can only assume good behavior. Maybe they found a lot of injustice was done. Maybe this is like them saying, you know what? We feel you, we feel you deserve to get out early. All right, guys. Again, this is all I can do. Leave your comments down below. I'll check you out in the next video. Keep it retro. Do take care.